Hey guys, it's Matt Lemke with 3Gamer Goggles, and I'm here at the Firelock Games booth, which is Blood and Plunder Games, or Blood and Plunder Game. It's a historical miniatures game that they kickstarted 2 years ago, or one?
This year.
This year?
Just a few months ago. It was, I believe we finished at the end of the middle of May, something like that.
Oh wow, okay.
It's hard to keep track of this point.
Yeah, it's hard to keep track of everything. And it's Wednesday, so that's why you got all this crazy stuff happening around behind us. So we're going to chat a little bit about Blood and Plunder and what motivated them to go ahead and do this. But I mean, as you can see, they got some cool stuff. This is actually a ship you can buy, or pre-order, I should say.
Yeah,
pre-order. I don't know if you'll see this before tomorrow or not anyway, so it doesn't matter. But what motivated you to make a historical miniatures game?
Well, I've played a lot of historical miniatures games and non-historical miniatures games, and I've just always been a really big fan of pirates. And everybody's done the, the kind of, Johnny Depp kind of pirate thing. That's kind of been done. So I wanted to take a whack at the reality of what it really was, and kind of bring that into a game, because I hadn't seen that anywhere else yet.
So there's boarding rules.
Oh, absolutely, yes. There's boarding rules.
So where did you? I don't want to say this without slamming somebody else. Where did you pull your inspiration for the boarding rules from? Like you said, you played a lot of games, so I'm sure there's some influences there. What influenced your decisions in making the rules set the way it is?
So we actually kind of came up with something pretty different for this. I think our boarding rules kind of just evolved out of the rest of the system. So if I could try to go into it without being too wordy here. Basically, we treat the sections of a ship, that's why we have them all divided, as like different, kind of like a space you can move in. So that way you don't have to worry about measuring. That way you can add sails and all that without having to worry. The models just kind of sit in there. You only have to measure the distance you're moving when you're like on land or something like that. The sections that touch, anytime they touch, you can move across and fight each other and do things like that. So you don't have to actually move all the models over from ship to ship, because that was tedious when we did it that way at first with regular games. So it's kind of streamlined a little bit. So boarding, you basically take an action, use one of your actions to just throw grappling hooks and pull the other ship in, then you can jump your guys over and start fighting.
Okay. Now I watched your video. I saw that you guys used, now correct me if I'm wrong, you use cards. They're kind of like the initiative system?
Yeah. We use cards. It's regular playing cards really, but we have some that have all the actions and how they work already printed on them to make it easier. So the suit of your card determines who goes first, and then the faster the suit, the less actions you're generally going to get. So you can go first but with less actions, or you can wait and go second and have more actions generally, depending on the training of your unit as well that you're activating.
Okay, so being a gamer myself, generally when you have more actions you end up with an advantage. Why wouldn't you go second?
You do go second.
Well, why wouldn't you just wait and get the more actions?
Oh, well, because it's not simultaneous or anything like that. So if they're going first, often if they're right, you got some guys with lances right there in charge range ready to stick them in you. You kind of want to go first so you can get the shot at them before they.
Okay, so there's like no special first strike rules or special rules for any of the weapons?
There can be sometimes, but it's with a penalty. So.
Okay, that sounds good. How many miniatures are currently in the line?
Right now we have, let's see, it's, around 28, roughly 20 to 32, somewhere in that range.
So it's about 4 factions?
It's hard to keep track because we have stuff that we haven't put out yet, which we'll be showing here. So I don't quite have it here yet,
unfortunately. I'll have to come back and get some more pictures.
Waiting for it to come in.
How many different ships are there right
3
now?
ships, and we have the longbow. Yeah.
And look, I mean, they're light, they're nice. They probably actually float.
They might float.
I haven't tried yet. Do.
Which is a shame. I mean, that's something I definitely should have tried before.
Yeah, you guys could have had running water and a pirate, never mind. There's too much fun to have with this game. Even if you don't get to play it, there's too much fun to have just in building the tables, which your tables are spectacular. And it's, I don't remember what year, what time frame is this?
This is the late 17th century. So pretty much about 1660 to about 1690 roughly. The time of Henry Morgan and his famous raids all across the Spanish Main. The era of the Buccaneer, which was the real pirate of the Caribbean.
So speaking of Mr. Morgan, are you going to branch out and do special characters?
Absolutely, yeah. We already have characters for Morgan. His would-be nemesis, Rivero de Pardal. We have Francois Lolonais, I think I'm pronouncing that right.
I couldn't do that.
Yeah. I've heard it enough times. I think I got it right now. We've got several characters like that, and there'll be more coming for sure.
So what's your favorite mechanic of the game?
My favorite mechanic of the game, I think, is probably the initiative system mixed in with the, and maybe close second to just sailing the ships around.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think I would even want to be on land with this game. I just want to be at sea and board.
That's everybody's first reaction, and then generally a lot of people either gravitate in one direction or the other. Generally because you can be good on land and not so great at sea. You know, kind of like some of the characters in our game actually were, so it's kind of ironic. So it kind of worked out realistically.
It depends on what you pay.
Yes, you can do a little bit of both. It can go either way. It transitions completely seamless from land and sea, so you can play amphibious games. But those are generally a little more involved.
So is this a more of a narrative-based game, or is this going to be like a point system type of game?
It's very much both, I think. We have a point system that's set up, and the games are very balanced. However, there is just a lot of narrative that just comes out naturally of the game because of all different things you can do.
I would think that with trying to steal treasure, there'd be some kind of scenario narrative to it. That's
definitely yes.
You know, it's one of those games where it's like you either steal the treasure and win or you don't. Maybe I'm being silly. And a warband is roughly how many models right now?
Roughly about 20 to 50, depending on how good of your guys are.
Game plays a lot bigger than I thought it did from watching the video. I must not have paid enough attention.
Well, they tend to be spread out on the board.
They were spread out. You guys did kind of cheat with the dice rolls to make things happen so you could teach the game, and that's good. That's good. Man, I think. What do you want to add? I mean, you finished your Kickstarter. When will it be shipped to backers?
Right now we're still on track to ship in December, thankfully. We've got guys who unfortunately have to stay behind and keep working on the spinning and casting of the ships.
Oh, so you guys are doing this all in-house?
Not everything. All the minis in the ships are in-house though, yes. But we are getting like the dice and stuff from different manufacturers.
Wow, that's really something else.
Yeah, but the minis in the ships are all under our immediate control. So we're making those ourselves. We got guys staying behind right now. As we speak, there are people producing ships and miniatures at Firelock headquarters.
And this is one piece, right?
This is one piece, aside from the rigging, of course.
So, okay, let's put this in perspective. That's my arm. That's about 24 inches.
Oh, it's a little shorter than that. I think this was
about 20.
16.
Yeah, so my arm is
close, but yeah, this is decent size.
And they do this on their own.
Yes. Yeah, we have a local we have two local sculptors, the ships and the minis, and so we do everything in town, which is kind of nice.
So once everything's done and complete, where are you going to take the game from there?
Well, we have a lot of plans. We want to round out everything for the period we started in. We definitely want to go forward in time to immediately probably the next thing will be the era of Blackbeard and all those guys, the early 18th century. With Jack Rackham, all the characters from like Black Sails, stuff like that, you'll see a lot of them. And we want to go forward all the way to maybe the American Revolution, back to the time of Francis Drake, and maybe even before that to the Conquistadors. So wow.
So you've got all kinds of plans.
Yeah, we want to do a lot of stuff. So.
Wow.
We're trying to get it all cranked out as fast as possible.
All right. What do you want to add? Anything? Anything that we missed talking about without being too convoluted?
No, I think we pretty much got the most of it. My head's still spinning from setting everything up here, but
yeah,
I just want to thank our backers again. Our backers are all awesome, and everybody who's given us so much support, everybody believing in us, so very encouraging. Really appreciate it. It's awesome.
I heard Pirate Game, and I had to talk to them. Yeah. So it just so turns out that they're my first interview. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.